was not by chance that this struggle came to be. The blame falls squarely upon my shoulders for giving evil the chance it needed, and therefore fulfilling an ancient prophecy. Raiden's Earthrealm champions had failed to stop the Deadly Alliance from fully resurrecting the mummified army of the Dragon King. In the end, only Raiden himself stood between Earthrealm and total destruction. Defying the Elder God's wishes, he alone challenged Quan Chi and Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat, Earthrealm's last hope for freedom. Raiden fought well against the two sorcerers, and it seemed as though victory was at hand. But the combined might of Quan Chi and Shang Tsung proved to be overwhelming, even for a Thunder God. Raiden was defeated. The Deadly Alliance had won. Their victory was short-lived. As suspicion and lust for power overcame both Quan Chi and Shang Tsung, the former allies turned on each other. The Deadly Alliance was no more. Quan Chi defeated Shang Tsung and reveled in his conquest. But it is said that there is only one true ruler of Outworld. And that ruler had returned. Onaga, former Emperor of Outworld, the Dragon King. The prophecy had been fulfilled. The Dragon King had indeed returned to Outworld to reclaim his army and impose his dominance. Death awaited all who stood in his way. And so it was that a new alliance was formed out of desperation. Sworn enemies joined forces to combat a greater threat. Raiden began to realize that even their combined might was not enough to defeat the Dragon King. There was only one chance left. Raiden's sacrifice was in vain, for the blast had little effect on the Dragon King. Now Onaga has what he needs to shape the realms as he sees fit. I was the fool who brought him this power. Only I can destroy this threat, born of deception.
So hello guys, I'm doing an MK Unchained playthrough, so I'm going to walk you through the game. This came out a year after Deception did, and that was an Xbox PS2 game. And we're just going to enter our profile code. So this game is so big. You have arcade mode, chess combat, puzzle combat, conquest, which is basically an RPG within the game, and it's really good. Wireless, online, crypt, content, and your profiles. So we're going to go to options first and check this out. Novice, I don't really care. Round timer, death traps are going to put that on, and violence, of course, we want on max. It's a Mortal Kombat game. It's not Street Fighter. So I'm going to be doing a classic arcade playthrough. My last Mortal Kombat playthrough was on the Xbox, and it was the original one. And I got dislikes on that because people claimed I cheated. I did what you had to do to beat the game, okay? Those games were designed to eat your quarters. But, yeah, we're going to walk through the characters here. So, Kenshi, he appeared in MKX, and was DLC in MK9. He's really good, but problem is that he has literally the same fatalities as Ermac. So, preferably, I'd rather actually play as Kenshi or Ermac. Most of the time, it's Kenshi, because I like his sword. That's pretty much it. Jade, yep, I don't really play as her. I think her fatality in MK9's cool, where she kicks you in the air, gets a spear, and impales you with it, then rips your head off and puts it on the spear. But Scorpion, yep, he looks like medieval ages, but I do have his alternate costume unlocked, so I will be playing as him for this playthrough, and he'll look more like his MK4 variation, which is his classic look. Melina, okay, her redesign's okay, but I never really liked, oh yeah, I forgot about that. But Goro, cheap. Katana, have her alternate costume as well. Katana was pretty cool. I played as her sometimes, but not much. Baraka, what the heck happened to you? Sub-Zero, look, he looks like Shredder. Like, I just noticed that. He looks like an ice version of Shredder. And his alternate costume, he doesn't even look like Sub-Zero. Like, I'm not even going to show you it. If you want to look at it yourself, go watch some other person's playthrough of it. Havoc, never really played as him. Sindel, know her. Don't really play as her either. Tanya, what I don't like is that she's black here, but then she's white in MKX. I don't know if they were trying to be racist or anything, but they should have kept her the way she was. Noob Smoke is really cool. Now, you'll notice that on each character they have fighting styles. 3 of them. You can switch between styles just like how you switch variations in MKX, but the only difference is that you can switch them in-game. So normally you have 2 fighting styles and you have a weapon style. This one, though, is a combination of 2 characters, so they only have 2 styles. And fun fact is that when this game was made, Tobias left the company, so they couldn't really use Cybot as his last name, so they just basically combined Noob and Smoke together. Alright, Joe. Don't even get me started. Nightwolf looks weird, but okay. Jax, what the heck happened to you? He looks like Soviet Union. Blaze, don't really care. Ermac, mentioned before, he's cool. Telekinetic powers. Cabal, looks weird. Lee May, never really cared for her. Raiden, looks evil and badass in here. Jinko, story mode. He doesn't belong here. Hotaru, I don't know who the heck that is. Ashra, demon from Netherrealm, except she doesn't look like a demon. Dayro, don't really care. Shao Kahn, of course, looks cool in his alternate costume. He looks like, I don't know, I forgot. Frost, she's actually playable. Cobra, Ken ripoff. Darius, don't really care. Kira, would have preferred to have Kano here. And Zombie Liu Kang, which is even more cool. So, I'm going to play as Scorpion with his alternate costume for this Let's Play. And to activate their alternate costume, you just hold start on it. So, okay, so there's Onaga. So our first opponent is Darius. Man, okay. I noticed that the store-bought version is slower with loading time than the online. This game costs $10. But, as I said before, you can switch fighting styles. So just do that, for example. Let's just wait. Okay. Triangle X square. That's a combo. I actually prefer this game over some of the other ones. Oh yeah, combo breaker, I forgot about that. Fatality. When the fatality stance to do that. So everyone knows that I did an arcade playthrough of MK1, but I deleted it because I didn't really like it at all. I might redo it sometime, but I might just not do the Xbox playthroughs at all. Let's take this hammer. So there's death traps in the game, which is pretty cool. Personally, I don't really care for them. We might just knock Katana off here because I don't like her. So if I forgot correctly, there's, yep, this one right here, triangle, triangle. Okay, we're gonna try the easy one. So here we go, instead of doing a fatality, we did a death trap on her. Death traps are basically stage fatalities without having to do anything. We're just destroying the AI. Oh, we got gold coins, that's for Crypt. I unlocked some alternate costumes from Crypt, but you normally get them in story mode. Story mode first appeared in Deadly Alliance, but it wasn't really as important as it is here. Now we're fighting ourselves, so I'm in the alternate costume, of course, and that's his original costume. I'm trying to change camera angles to make it at least look a little bit better. Oh, here we go. These only appeared in this game, and Deception's the console version. The only difference is there's no Shao Kahn or Goro or Katana and Jax. That's basically the only difference. Just extra characters, basically. Just like how Mortal Kombat Gold and UMK3 were the same thing. Just extra characters. But, yeah, besides that, it's basically the same thing, just on portable. So I didn't get in the fatality stance for because it's easy, but here's his other one. Savage. Goro's is the classic one where he just removes all limbs. I got 125 gold coins for that, oh my god. Blaze is boring because he can't even do any fatalities. He's the boringest character in game. I'm not even joking. He was a dumb boss in Armageddon, and I might play that one day, as soon as I get it. It's a really cheap game to get. It's like $2 on eBay. For the PlayStation version, and the Xbox version is even more expensive than that. It's kind of funny I'm kicking his butt with... I never really liked blocking in MK, which is pretty funny because you'd expect someone to want to block in MK. But I never really enjoyed it, and I don't know why. Let's try that one more time. We got in the fatality stance for that, and of course, we're just ripping off his head. So I'm playing this on Vita, actually, but this is a PSP game. I got for $10. And you don't even have to unlock any characters. They're all automatically unlocked. Oh, here we go. The dreaded autosave. You see, I wish I could deactivate autosave, but it's, like, just programmed into the game, so we have to just go through it. If I didn't sign into my profile, I wouldn't have to autosave, but I wanted to get some coins for the crypts, so... Noob and Smoke are always the last boss to fight. Shao Kahn isn't really cheap in this game. He's actually pretty easy. I don't like Armageddon. I liked it, but... Okay, it has a create your own fatality system, and that's the problem now. I want to do main character fatalities. I don't want to... So I'm basically going to demolish Shao Kahn. Like, he's so simple to do, even if you're, like, not good at the game. Plus, he's not even the boss. Onaga is. And Onaga was actually Shao Kahn's master. But then he betrayed him and took Outworld for himself, if you didn't know that. So he was kind of like how Shang Tsung was with Shao Kahn and Devora was with Kotal Kahn. Shao Kahn was basically Onaga's advisor, like the Shang Tsung was for him. So I could go in the fatality stance for it, of course, but it's pretty easy to do. Now I'm going to do Liu Kang for Onaga, because Liu Kang does double damage. I don't know why they made him that way. So now we're fighting the hardest opponent as possible, Noob Smoke. Which shouldn't be that hard, but it is. So I might just switch into Goro for fun, because I might want to just give you some variety on the fatalities, but I might come back to this game later on, if I want to. If you want to beat him, know some combos at least, but as you can see, they're just breaking my ass right now. Like, he's deflecting everything, like, look at this. No one ever deflects Scorpion Spear. You see, I told you they were going to be the hardest people we'd be facing today. Like, you see, like... See, this is why I don't like them, okay? Like, they just... I know that it makes sense because you were destroying the AR earlier, that they'd be cheap, but this is beyond cheap. Like, this is ridiculous. I can beat them, I just hate them so much. You know what, let's get him in the death trap. I feel like doing a death trap today. If we can't get them in the death trap, well then... oh my god! They're literally the most powerful characters in the game, and that's saying something. Here we go. So harakiris, I never talked about them. They're basically suicides. And harakiri is actually Japanese for disembodiment. And that's basically what they're doing. Okay, Nonaga is cheap, as usual. Bosses are cheap, and that's something we need to leave in the past. This isn't arcade. Mortal Kombat 4 is probably the easiest arcade ladder ever, because Shinnok is the final boss, and he's, like, super easy. So here we go. Roll to player select, and we'll change to Liu Kang. Now, Liu Kang's alternate costume is him alive. If you didn't know, Shang Tsung killed Liu Kang in Deadly Alliance and took his soul. And he came back as an undead zombie, but the zombie went on a crazy rampage. Raiden brought it back to life after he was reborn after the suicide. But I don't have his alternate costume. He's pretty difficult. To beat him, it's so easy. You just spam flying kick. Yes. He's even easier if you don't spam it, like, because there's these things called the Kamidogu, which will be important in story mode. But, they basically stun him for 2 seconds, and you can get, like, a pretty good combo on him. But, of course, I'm going the cheap way. Honestly, I've tried beating bosses without cheat ways, and it takes me, like, 3 hours till I finally beat them, and we're not going to be doing a 3-hour video. That's pretty extreme, so here we go. All of a sudden I'm having audio issues for no unknown reasons. You see, he does double damage on him, so... how about you get a flying kick on him? How about we get the Kamidogu right now, and then we can just spam. So on the last hit, I might try to get a fireball on him. Maybe when he blocks it, you'll be good. There we go. So I couldn't get a fireball on him, too bad. Yeah, today I played it, just to get the hang of it again. And I did it. He just exploded, even though he returns later on. During Armageddon. I got a flawless victory on the boss. That is insane. So, there's a thing called auto-saving, which takes forever. I love that screen. For Deadly Alliance and Deception, they just did that. This is Unchained, though. It's basically just Deception. Portable. So let's watch Liu Kang's ending. You can also just do Jax or Raiden, too. Beat it.
Liu Kang's friends had been freed, Onaga had been defeated, and the realms were secured.
So that's basically Liu Kang's soul fighting the zombie.
One battle that remained. Liu Kang's body had been used by some unknown force.
Raiden was the unknown force.
It had left death in its wake and needed to be stopped. The chaos would end in Earthrealm. The fight raged with neither combatant able to best the other when a jolt of energy crackled through them both. Liu Kang's nerve blazed like fire, and he felt a rush of air fill his lungs for the first time since his death. He was Liu Kang once more, protector of Earthrealm, champion of Mortal Kombat.
So that's Unchained. Arcade. Pretty short arcade. Even on hardest difficulty, it's the same number of fighters you fight. There's no difference. So I might do a Deadly Alliance on Game Boy before I do the console version. The Game Boy version looks like crap and the fatalities are horrible, but it's literally the easiest version out of them all. So, before we go, I think it's fair that I show you Sub-Zero's alternate costume, at least, because I was bragging about that earlier, that it looks horrible. Katana's alternate is her Game Boy version of Deadly Alliance. So let's just show you what Sub-Zero's alternate costume looks like. What the heck is that? If his name wasn't up there, I would just think he would be a monk. Okay, this is saying something here. Okay, but that's the end of the video.